Up to 2 hours to vote at some polling locations in Montgomery County. This was what it looked like at one precinct in Centerville. Tonight, Nicole Grigg tells us what election officials are saying about the wait some experienced and how they hope to make sure this doesn't happen again.
This was the scene yesterday at several polling locations across Montgomery County.
We were there for what, 45, 50 minutes?
Others, though, didn't have a problem.
I think it took me, I didn't even have to wait in line. I just walked up, they checked my ID, checked where I lived, and then I voted. We were probably in and out of there within 10 minutes total.
If you weren't as lucky as Sarah Hemler, then you were likely at a consolidated precinct. Montgomery County Board of Elections Director Steve Harsman says this election there were 360 precincts. That's around 180 less than 4 years ago.
If it was based on the consolidation or volume, we'll address that and have that fixed for future elections.
But I think that it needs to be something that's really considered going forward in the next 2016 election.
Election day wasn't the only problem with long lines. Some early voters had to line up in the parking garage. That's because there's only one location to vote early, and the hours were cut for this election.
An hour and a half.
Harsman says it's up to the state legislature to change that. There's other ideas that have popped up to help make voting easier and faster.
We use technology and the internet for a lot of things, but what about voting? What would you think if you were able to log on to the internet to be able to cast your vote? It turns out that's already been tested.
We did a pilot project with military voting for online. The problem with online is the perception, if not reality, of the security of online voting.
So beginning in January, Montgomery County will take a hard look at least 12 precincts that look like this on Election Day. As for early voting, the people who you elected will have to take up that cause to make changes. Nicole Grigg, Fox 45 News.